early birds and night owls. My name is Nox, aka Mako, and welcome back to Planet Coaster Fright Nights at Nightfall. As I said in the last episode, I would finish up this little coaster by myself, and I did, and, well, let's go ahead and test it out so you guys can see exactly what it's about. It's a little bit weird, and I mean, it's kind of exciting, but more fear-inducing, which is what I'm trying for most of these rides. I'm trying to make them as fearful as possible without turning people away from them, because, you know, if it's a little bit too scary, people are going to be like, I don't think so, that's not going to be the ride for me. So, thankfully, the junior coasters seem to have this chain lift that you can actually turn, which helped out so much, because I don't actually like using the straight chain lift all the time. And, well, it goes up very slowly because the maximum speed on it is 8 miles per hour, so, I mean, it's going to take a while to get up there, but after this, it should pick up quite a bit of speed. That's why we're actually able to go up pretty high here, and, well, I guess this is a little bit high, especially since it's towards the end, but whatever. Most of it is not really that exciting, except this part right here was actually a little bit scary, and there you go, like this part right here is also slightly scary, because, you know, it's like you can barely get up there, and then suddenly you do, and you're able to go down, and you just go whoop, and you gain a lot more speed, and then you're going back up, and then that's where you're losing speed again, and then you go right back down and around and over until a little bit of a hump, just to try to make things a little bit exciting. And as you can see, the excitement went up to 6. There we go. Excitement just jumped because of that hump there, and did another hump here for some more excitement, but it doesn't seem like it was that exciting. Maybe because it doesn't really have too much speed over here, so I mean, whatever. It's there just to be there then. And I did leave some space here because I do want to decorate the front of this with something very, very tall, so that we won't be able to see all this weird blank space here, because I really don't like that. I also don't really like this, but I mean, it works super well since this is a pretty exciting part, so whatever, I'm going to leave it as is. And these are the stats for it. Let's just take a look at the stats over here. It's pretty long, even though I didn't really want it to be that long, but whatever. It's just 20 seconds over a minute. It's not going to take that long to ride this, and we do have 2 trains, so I mean, we could turn over quite a bit of profit. Really depends, though, on how much it costs to run this thing. I don't think it's going to tell us that, though, right now, is it? It just tells us how much it actually costs to build. Well, I mean, that's that for that ride. I have no name for this one just yet, so if you guys have a name suggestion for it, please do let me know. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to place this one. I think they said I was going to place it with the pumpkin patch, so this might work with maybe some pumpkin houses in front of it somewhere around here, but I didn't really leave that much room for the pumpkin houses. I might have to edit the track just to push this further in so we can actually fit the pumpkin houses here. Because, well, right now, let's just pause this so we can see. Let's just pause this so we can actually take a look at how badly this is not going to fit with these. So, if we do... Oh, it might. It might. Actually, it does. All right, beautiful. So, we can just do something like that. So, it can be part of, like, the pumpkin village, and we can probably add some other pumpkin-y stuff throughout the rest of the track just to keep it looking kind of sort of cool. And I guess the hill is ruining it right now. Although, if we turn it, maybe it will work. Yeah, it will work just like this, kind of. It's kind of dug into the hill. But yeah, the hill is kind of ruining it. I'm going to have to make this whole thing a hill just so we can work with this. So let's go ahead and try to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and sculpt this and try our best to actually make this hill-like without ruining it too much. Like, without ruining the road, I should say. Because the road has been the road has been the most annoying part, really. So, I think that size, maybe the size could change. All right, let's try lifting this a little bit without changing. Actually, can't we do something where we grab this piece here and then make the rest of the land around it? Something like that. Flatten to foundation. That one. Flatten to surface. So if I start here, we can maybe... Is that the surface or the foundation? I don't know. I thought if I did this... Oh, it flattens it like that. I don't think so. Oof. I could have sworn if, like, you grabbed it from here, you could flatten the rest of the stuff to the surface, but that's just not how it works. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to try to remake this hill then. Good and proper. So let's just try to raise it up, and remember, we got to shoosh. Otherwise, we get the roads in there, and that's really not what I want. So let's just gently glide this land all the way up there, and be careful with the roads, because, of course, I don't know why, it allows you to scenery lock and surface lock, or surface unlock and scenery unlock, but it doesn't do that for the roads. I wish it would, just because sometimes the roads do work on slightly raised terrain, so I mean, why not, right? Oh, we have a new challenge. I'll check on that in just a momento. But first thing, just a memento, like just some, whatever. I'm trying to make lame jokes again. Ugh. Alright, so let's just raise all this land up and make sure that the coaster will fit on here quite nicely. I wish I could make it kind of flat, but that's why we have other tools to work with here. Just gotta swoosh a little bit so this doesn't look like too flat in certain areas and not flat enough in other areas. Okay, so this brush is way too big for this right here, as you saw. It's trying to raise it right along the path, and that is not okay. So let's just swoosh it right over here, something like that. It's still raising it slightly along the path, but whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Alright, so that might be tall enough. Let's go ahead and recolor that with our green color there. Is it this one? It's that one, thank goodness. Okay, we're going to color this one just because I believe pumpkins should always be on grassy terrain-ish, just so that it looks kind of proper, so that they're growing and not actually just sitting there kind of dying. I mean, who wants dead pumpkins? I know if I went to the grocery store and I tried to buy a dead pumpkin, I'd be considered a fool for actually spending my money on something like that. And it's just, I mean, maybe you want dead pumpkins for some kind of Halloween thing. Anyway, I do want to actually use, let's see, let's lower this, and I want to swoosh some oranginess in here because I kind of like that look overall. So something like that, and maybe now we can actually get the coaster on here. Alright, let's see. Coaster, come over here, and we're going to have to change the color of it later on, but that's okay. Alright, that actually works a little bit better now. So I kind of like that, and we could definitely make this like Pumpkin Village. I do want to move this back a little bit more. How far back can we go? Oh, not that far back. Let's leave some room around there just in case we decide to put some trees towards the back, right? Yeah, it fits here quite nicely. I try to keep it as compact as possible on the sides because, of course, I wanted to fit it in here. It seems like it's just the perfect size. And I may have to scooch it up a little bit more, but I have to be very careful because, of course, if we do that, then we can't actually get nice cues going on in here. So, Pumpkin Village, well underway. I actually really like that, and that's going to be like the witch's Pumpkin Village, so we can probably do with putting some pumpkins around her house, right? Or maybe we could just grab some of these pumpkins and convert them from shops to regular pumpkins. That's always a thought, although there's really not that much room for this, but I do want to try that out. So, let's see, we're going to have to go to our buildings and grab this one here so I can actually start tearing it apart. Or we can always just grab like the top one from this. Honestly, it is a little bit smaller, so that might work. Alright, let's go ahead and start tearing apart some houses then. That is the crazy pumpkin shop. That is not what I'm looking for. Wait, what are these? They're the little baby ones on the side, though. That might work even better just because they're much smaller. Sure. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead, place this down, start deleting things, and move. Gotta love Cosmic Cow. But yeah, we're going to start just grabbing things from this and deleting them to make sure that we can get our pumpkin thing going on here. So, first thing that we're deleting is that because, of course, that's creating it as a building, right? And, oh, I think it's actually still considered a building. What? But the last time I did that, it was not a building. Oh, whatever. It happens, you guys. It happens. Alright, so do I have enough green around here? I don't want to delete like too much green that belongs to the pumpkins because then it's just not going to look right at all. And that one can go. Alright, so that looks good. Now, hopefully I can actually... Wait, there's still something here that's making it kind of building-ish. Is it that? Aha! That's what it was. Alright, the only problem now is that we can only grab these with our tool here. So, I mean, I have to just like slowly do this and start deleting pieces that I don't want. And I can then move what I do want. Oh my gosh, this is so weird looking, but I mean, they're really cool buildings. And just like that. Is that an egg? It straight up looks like an egg. Like, to me, it looks like an egg. Oh, whatever. Alright, let's just delete these last few pieces here that we do not want. If I can actually select them, game. Thank you. There we go. One more. And, oh, no, not that one. There we go. Alright, so now it's just a matter of maybe deleting some of the extra brush, because obviously I don't want this dead-looking brush. It just, it doesn't feel right. And maybe something like that, and ta-da! We suddenly have 2 floating pumpkins. So let's go ahead and grab these guys. Well, just grab one for now. And we're going to move this all the way by the witch's house because she's growing massive pumpkins. And I know most of the stuff here looks dead, but the pumpkins are the only thing that gives her life. That's basically my whole story here. Alright, so let's just dig these into the ground a little bit so it looks actually good. There we go. There's 1 pumpkin. And we can always just throw around more pumpkins because these are pretty small, actually. So that's not that bad. And let's see, maybe we could do another pumpkin right back over here where people can see it along the ride, so that would be kind of cool. Sure, I like that idea. There we go, another pumpkin. Oh, that one's actually connecting with the tree. Let's scoot this tree over just a little bit. There we go. All right, works for me. That's, well, that works for me. So yeah, the witch has pumpkins, and that's basically how this is going to work. We're going to just throw around pumpkins every which way we can and make sure that it looks good. I mean, we don't actually have to use all these little pumpkins since clearly we have these, but that's going to be a lot more work, especially with the recoloring, and I don't know if I want to do that much work. Anyway, that's not what I meant at all, but yeah, it's just going to take a lot more time. That's what I mean. All right, so let's go ahead and actually start doing our straw stack, basically. I don't even know what to call it anymore. A straw floor or straw? Everything's straw. All right, that's okay. You don't even have to give it a name right now. Let's just start using the straw, digging into the hill. This is what I was thinking of when I was first thinking about using hay. Like, I could just do like this and then put the pumpkins on top, but obviously I went with the grass, and I don't know how I'm feeling about the straw right now. The straw is, it looks fine, but I don't think I want it right now. And is that, why do these pumpkins look like they're floating? Whatever. Also, this one, yeah, I did not actually change the color of this one. Let me change it again so it won't be bothering me. Like, I think a yellow would be fine for this one, just because of how bright it is. Yeah, you know what? That yellow works super well. Nice. All right, so we're definitely working here, you guys. We are definitely doing something good. And now it's just a matter of working on our train stations, because we haven't yet actually gotten to those. So, first station, we know where it is. It's going to be part of the downtown area, and so it has to look like the downtown area. This one might have to be a pumpkin train, just because I don't really have anything going on over there. Actually, it's going to be part of the woods. That's one of the woods ones, and then this is the other woods ones. Some cabin train stations, maybe? And this one's going to be just part of the haunted house, so it'll have, like, connection directly to the haunted house. So, I mean, that one's going to have to be built up with the house when we get to that part, which will be towards the end, because I want to save the best for last, basically. Alright, so let's work on this guy. I had a few ideas for it, and then I tested them out, and they weren't really the nicest looking things. So, I mean, I am very hesitant to try crazy looking things like a pyramid type thing. I did say I wanted to have roofs along the sides here, and then the roof on top. It makes it look like a pyramid, which I think is cool, but I don't know how much it actually fits with this theme, so, oh no. It really depends on, well, you guys' feedback. So I'm going to actually do it up in just a second, but I want to just fill this in first. Let's do something like this. We obviously can't have that. We could have that, but it's going to just crash. And let's see. I don't want to do that part just yet. Let's just block off the path here, so we won't have to see things going on in this section here. We're going to block this off. This is just going to be part of the building as normal. And same thing over here. Let's just block that off as much as we can. Ta-da! It works. All right, good, good. And this, I suppose we could probably just do something like that, just because I don't really intend on having anything in there. Or we could always remove that if we do. All right, so this part over here, let's see, we're going to need our spooky building set. So it's going to be spooky. There we go. Oh boy, all right, so we're going to need, I guess this one right off the bat, because it is pretty much on the ground. So that works, although that works, you guys. Yeah, totally. Look at that. The train is going to collide in just a second. Nah, that doesn't work that well. All right, let's go ahead and we could probably just put a random wall there, but I don't think that's going to work out super well for us. If we do this, that might be okay. And then we could probably just float this up until it goes higher above the train. That way we won't see the train colliding, because that's really not what I want. And that's definitely a little bit too high for the train. Alright, I mean, maybe it's okay because of the steam. Sure, we'll leave it that big just because of the steam. Fine. And we're going to bring this all the way through here. We could probably just do something flat right along the way over here, just because, like I said, I don't really want anybody seeing in here. Oh. Do I want to, like, back here? Or I could have it just flush. No, you know what? This works. This definitely works. All right, so let's just go ahead and fill this whole thing out right over here and make it so that nobody can see back here, because, of course, we don't want to reveal our secrets or anything like that. Not that we have any secrets, but hey, we always could. And let's see. So this section is just like that. I need to make this... Oh, I need to make this one wider. My bad. I didn't realize that I was a one-off. So let's go ahead and move this guy right back over there. Ta-da! Suddenly we are in session, you guys. I mean, I guess we were already been in session here with with building and everything like that, but we're in session with well, getting this thing good and working. All right, I know sometimes I make no sense, but that's just the way it is. All right, so let's just go ahead and do something like that. And this one is definitely more flat, so what we can do is just build this right here, build that right there, and we should be good to be able to put these pieces, well, obviously not there because train, and put these pieces not floating either, like that. There we go. That really doesn't match up, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We're not going to look at it too closely, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so now it's just a matter of making this building a little bit taller, and I do want it to be quite tall, since it's going to be like a proper type of train station from the Old West, which I believe we actually built one before, but it wasn't really that nice looking. So I probably shouldn't even have this wall back here, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I want to, I want to add a porch back here, and I want to make sure that it's connected with doors, not really like an open porch. Because if we had an open porch, then we'd have to go with a whole different type of decoration style, and I am not about that life right now. Oh, did I mess this up? Haha. I messed up the wall. It's sticking out too much. Alright, can I just scooch this one in there? There we go. The only problem now is going to be with this piece right here, but I don't think that's too much of an issue because we can always add just an arch right there, and it'll work just fine. Alright, let's scooch all these guys in. This one shouldn't even be here. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's also not right. There we go. Alright, that works best for me, and let's just scooch all the rest of these in. Okay, problem solved. So with this one, I suppose I could probably just do the same thing here. Just grab the tunnel and start working with it. So we have multiple tunnels. Suddenly this gives me a better idea than the weird triangular shaped things. So I might have to work with that one pretty soon. Let's see. Let's go for our arches. Here we go. So this is what I was saying. We could just dump these in here and make it look kind of sort of like that instead of making it look open, basically. Alright, and now it's just a matter of bringing these walls back over on this side to make sure that everything is covered up. I'm going to do this just there, and we might change it along later, because obviously the tunnels aren't going to be super high. We could obviously make this like a kind of mining cabin within a hill, but let's take a look around ourselves here and see where there are hills. Oh, right back over here. That's a little bit far, but maybe that will still work. So it's definitely one of the ideas that I have, but I want to build this in first and then build the hill around it if it works out that way. Alright, and lastly, it's just a matter of adding some pieces over here to wrap up this building look like that. And lastly, like that. And there we go. So it's not going to be a purple building. I don't know why I left it purple. It's going to give me a lot more work, but that's okay. And now it's just a matter of closing things up. So let's go ahead and roof it up with... Oh, jeez. Really? Where's the crypt? I could have sworn there was a flat roof. Oh, nothing happened, you guys. Nothing happened. I totally saw that. All right, so let's go for the black one just in case black is... Well, apparently this black isn't that mysterious. Jeez. When you look for mysterious roofing. Uh-oh. I did the same thing there as I did before. That's okay, and this one is actually digging in there. I don't want that to happen, so let's move this up. Scooch. There we go. And this, yeah, we have to move it out, so we have to actually allow that little piece of path to be seen, but that's okay. It's not a big loss for us. And let's scooch this guy right in. Oh, that's actually as far as it can go. Nice. And this one? Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. Whew. Okay, so now, yeah, it's just a matter of placing the roof and making sure that it all works well together, because I do want to hide this. Is this going to be too, It fits. However, we are going to have issues with this guy here. Ooh, ew. Gosh, I hate that. I actually do hate that. I don't like how you can see that side of the roof there. All right, let's redo whatever we just undid because I accidentally moved something. Huh. None of these roofs actually fit well with this, which bothers me a lot because that means that we don't exactly have a good roof to use. Like, if we use this one, we're probably going to see the sides of the castle thing right on through here, right? Yep. That's exactly right. Well, what kinds of wooden roofs, I guess, do we have here? We have castle, we have fiberglass. Ooh, we have the modern wooden roof, but I'm pretty sure you can see that through. Yep. God dang it. There's just no proper roof here, is there? Well, I mean, we might have to go for something that we can't see if this one works. Thank goodness. If it doesn't... Hey, look at that. We can't see it. Okay, that one... we might have to go for that one just because it doesn't peek through. Wait. Whew. Yeah, it doesn't peek through. So, I mean, we're limited by what we can use, but hopefully that'll work for us. Thankfully, this roof actually works pretty well with the look here, so I'm kind kinda liking it a lot. Thank goodness. Also, I did add another set of walls further in here because I just thought it would look proper, and it kind of does, so I'm quite happy with that. However, now we have this situation going on here, which it's okay because this is going to be part of, well, whatever roof we do over here. Obviously, this building looks a little bit silly right now, but it's not even close to complete, okay? So, what we can actually work on next is something a little bit different because, of course, we've been working on this for quite some time now, and I like to jump around a little bit because that way I get to separate myself from what I'm actually working on and work on something completely different with fresh eyes, and I can turn back to this one later on, again, with fresh eyes, and see, like, something that maybe doesn't look so right that I want to change, or maybe just have completely different ideas, and that's how I like working, so I apologize if it seems like I'm jumping around too much. It's just that I'm trying to give things some time to like settle in my mind and then decide if, you know, there's another approach that I could take to it. That's basically what I'm doing here with this. That's why I started with the tunnel thing, and I mean, I still like the tunnel, so that means it's a pretty good idea in my mind. So I'm going to keep the tunnel, but of course, we have to work with a different way of doing roofing here. So that's still going to be something that I have to ponder for a little bit. Right, so we have our initial area here, which is going to be just like the downtown area with our train station and everything like that. There was going to be a train track right back here. Around here is going to be like dead forests. So, I mean, we could obviously get to work on that, but I mean, it's just placing trees, so I'm not too concerned about that. On this side as well is just going to be like a section of dead forest that leads over to our cemetery, obviously. So, what are we going to do in the cemetery? Well, what we can do is we have some rides. Also, I did download some more stuff from the workshop, which was linked to me by Big Daddy Joe once again, so thank you for that. Let's see if I can, if I can find those pieces, because it's sometimes hard to find things when you have a billion things. Right, so there was this one here, the Forest Keeper's Haunt. I really like this one specifically for the forest just because it looks like what I wanted. Well, one of the things that I wanted in the forest. So we can go with that one on one side of the forest, and we can have cabins, like small, creepy cabins that have shops. That's definitely something I want to do. And let's see, so we need a nice spot for this one. I think it would have gone pretty well in here, so I'm going to probably remove this and change up the trees just because some of these trees are not going to work specifically with our forest, especially since, well, as you can see, they are... What kind of trees are those? I can't remember what kind of trees they are. Anyway, let's scoot things out of here so we can actually have room, and then we'll move some trees back in as need be. Alright, so that should be more than enough space. I know I'm moving everything else, so let me just float this up so I can see what I'm doing with that. And let's grab ourselves our Forest Keepers something or other, and wait. Did I just scroll right by it? Oh, right, never mind. So, yeah, it's actually pretty tiny, but I do want it to be like, maybe facing over here, because this is where people are going to be like, oh, there's a ghost train, and then suddenly they see the Forest Keeper's house, and they're just like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. So, I mean, the Forest Keeper might not be too happy that he's living, or he or she is living, I don't know who it is living right by the train, but I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to deal with things like that. Like, I live near trains, I always hear them, and it's not a happy time, but whatever. Alright, so I think that's almost on the ground. We could probably do something like that. That looks definitely on the ground right now, so sure. I mean, if I could... Ooh. No. Let's not go any deeper than this, because that's going to go a little bit too far. Although, is this going still too far? No, it's not. We're good. We're good, just like that. Alright, works. And let's go ahead, and I really hope that's the front of the house. It looks like it is. Alright, good. So I'm going to go ahead and actually edit this thing and get rid of some of these trees, because of course, these trees just, again, are not fitting. Yeah, we're not using any alpine trees. I can keep the dead tree, though, because we are definitely using those. So, goodbye, alpine trees and blue fir trees. We are just not gonna accept you into our beautiful, wonderful forest. That's actually not really that beautiful or wonderful, but hey. Again, it is what it is. Alright, so which trees are we using here? I actually want to place them separately from the house. And I think this thing has its own set of, smoke, does it not? It's not really that big. Okay, I can just maybe move this over here, like piece by piece, or maybe just chunk by chunk, I should say. So let's go ahead and grab this little chunk over here, and we're going to tuck this right back underground. Got to make sure, though, that it's not too deep underground, because our trees were never actually dug deep. So let's scoot this over as far as we can there, raise it up a little bit, not that much. Sure, like that. I guess that works. Alright, now it's just a matter of getting the rest of these in here. So this part over here is probably the easier one, although I don't really see any smoke over there. Did I forget to add smoke in certain areas? Maybe, but whatever. You know, we don't need smoke in all the areas. We can I guess have a clearing so that people can see where they're going. And let's see, is there actually any smoke there? I don't actually see any pieces. All right, so it's just a matter of digging these trees in here and hoping that this works. So let's try not to put some on top of the house. That would be bad. Although, it wouldn't be that bad. It's not the end of the world, is it? No, you know what? That's breaking the fence, but that's okay. All right, so let's just scoot some of these trees down under the ground. Maybe not that much. Yeah, it could go up a little bit higher. Something like that. Sure. Wait, is that one floating? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter too much. You can see the roots, but that's okay. All right, sure. That works for me. It's breaking the fence, but that's okay. Again, he has to deal with that. Oh, this one, though. That's a big problem. That one's going to get in the way of a lot of things, so let's just move that one over here. And the rest of these, I mean, he'll probably have to deal with some trees in the windows, so let's just move that one there as well. Let's put this one right over here, and that should work. There's still a few dead trees that are sticking into his house, but whatever. It'll work that way. He can deal with that. I mean, he built his house there, so it's his own fault. Right? Anyway, let's go ahead and grab a few more trees here. Just a little bit, because of course we don't want to cover this area too much. And let's see. Oh, this was all the way over here? Wow. Okay, I guess I did this in a very weird fashion, but I mean, I did kind of sort of just throw trees around until they actually work, so it is what it is. I feel like I should just make that my slogan. It is what it is. Alright, so let's scoot that one right up in there, and we do still have some room over here, so we can put some more trees in here. With the rest of these, I don't know what I'm going to do. I do want to actually, like, cover the front of the house, though, because if we don't do that, then people are going to be able to see what's going on here, and that's kind of not what we want. We want them to be guessing. Ooh, that's way too many trees. Hold the phone. That is not okay. Oh, can I not grab less? What? Rude. Okay, there we go. I was like, that's not cool. Alright, less trees is good. Okay, let's go ahead and dig these down into the ground as is usual. And that should be good. Alright, so now it's just a matter of moving these trees in a proper location with, well, we do have a little bit of smoke there, but that's okay. Alright, so let's scoot these trees right on over here and make sure that this looks like it's part of the forest all on its own, because of course we don't want people to be like, oh, there's a house right there, safety. We want them to be like, oh my gosh, there's a house right there instead, you know? You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, whatever. But we can probably cover it with these trees because these are very, very bushy trees, and I really like them for that reason. That's why I'm using them here, rather than just these types of trees here. Alright, we're going to need a few more, though, because clearly this is not being covered up that well, and we do... I left a little bit of smoke back here. That's okay. That's easily solvable with a little bit of tricks like this. This isn't really a trick, but I guess it works. And like that. Ooh, just like that. There we go. Nice. And we still have, what, 3 more? Oh, boy. How many? Oh, man. I guess we did have a lot along the paths, just because if we do that along the paths, guess what? It looks creepier. So let's make sure that this is right down over here. Sure. I guess that works. And last 2, I guess we can probably just take these 2 together and do them maybe over on this side, because of course this side might not have as much smoke as it did before. So let's just do something like that. Sure. All right, so how smoky are we, fellas? Are we actually getting pretty smoky over here, or do we need a little bit more? It's definitely looking very creepy. Just maybe not creepy enough. Let's see. You can still see it a little bit too much, so we're going to need like some smaller, shorter trees just to cover up the front. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing it way too much happening here. So let's go to scenery, and we can probably just grab our, let's see, marula trees. There we go. That's what they're called. Marula trees. Marula. Where are you, marula? Ooh, these are short, and these are slightly taller. Okay, yeah, I want these ones, even though I feel like I'm not using too many of these, but these are going to cover this up very nicely. And did I just get in like their porch or something like that? Whoops, my bad. That's okay. We can always go for some bushes as well, because I've not really been using too many bushes. So that's definitely something that we can use to cover up some of this. So let's take a look at our bushes here. We do have forest bush number 1. It's very brightly colored. Actually, all of these are pretty brightly colored, aren't they? Not ideal. We could go for these dead bushes, which might work a little bit better. Yeah, none of these are actually massive. Like, I really would like to have a... I'm not even going to say that, because there's a lot of different things that someone can infer from saying what I was about to say, and I'm not going to say it just because. So let's just go ahead and just dump some bushes along the path here. I really don't like them. Nah, you know what? We could just leave it as is, and hopefully that'll be creepy enough. Alright, and if there's anything stepping upon their porch, well, I really I apologize, and I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I can't really see with the smoke, but I mean, it's mostly fine. What the heck is happening over here? Is that a bird? Is that a bird just digging into the ground there? And oh man, what are you looking for? I mean, probably worms, huh? Isn't that what birds look for? Alright, so there we go. We have we can't really see it from here, but we have the Forest Master's something or other. What I apparently can never remember the name, but that's okay. Alright, so that's one. Forest Keepers. Oh my gosh, yeah, Forest Master, totally. Alright, so we do have guest think multiple rides have long... The game is paused. How is it? I don't know. And I'm going to ask questions. I don't know how it's doing that, but it's fine. We'll fix it later. Wait, this game actually paused? It's not even paused. Haha! My bad. Alright, so let's see. What else do we have throughout here that we can maybe use? I don't think the rest of this stuff is mine. Downtown Docks building? No, that actually came with the game, didn't it? Alright, let's see what we have in terms of scenery. I might have downloaded scenery that I did not realize. I know we can just look at this right from here to get a better look. Right, so we have this Spiderfall tunnel, which I think is really cool for an entrance to the forests. So I kind of want to do this like this, but at the same time that means that we're going to probably have to get some, not some, but a ton of spiders into the forest, which kind of sounds like a good idea. So I'm definitely contemplating putting this like somewhere around here and making it so that's like one of the entrances to the forest. And this is the creepier part of the forest, honestly, because this is where we have most of the action going on, at least for now. Obviously, there's not really much forest over there, but there will be some pretty soon. And let's see, I did download another thing. I can't really find it though. So we're gonna have to go without it just for now until I actually can find it. Cause right here, the Gothic Church. So this one I was thinking, ooh, geez, so much lag. What the heck? This one I was thinking we could probably go for, oh my gosh, how expensive is this thing? Yeah. Okay, well, we're not using that for now, but I was thinking that we could go for this here just because it fits with the whole cemetery thing, and then we can probably just do like little mausoleums or crypts or whatever you want to call them, like around towards the back, and then we have a path with like maybe just creepy trees leading right up to the Gothic Church. And maybe there could be things happening at the Gothic Church, I don't know, but we'll see, because of course right now we don't even have enough money for it, so whatever. Right, so these Halloween trees also came from the workshop. I did want to use these around here because of course they have jack-o'-lanterns on them, and I really like that idea. So let's take a look at them in the nighttime, because of course they're going to glow and they're going to look super, super cool. So if we want to do something like this, let's see, maybe facing like on this side. Honestly, we probably won't even need too many lanterns if we use these trees here. I really, really like these. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. Alright, so let's just put some right over here, and we will have some more like all along the path. It'll be lighting up the path just for the kids, because of course we want these poor children to be able to see at night. Otherwise, they're going to be a little bit too spooked out. I mean, the witch's house is quite spooky. So I see that these pumpkins are a little bit dark. Maybe we could go for some different lighting over here, just because we're going to have to make sure that, ooh, maybe not that one. That one's a little bit too big. We're going to have to make sure that, you know, we can actually see these at night. We don't want them to be hidden. So let's grab, what does that look like? It could work. It could. However, that's maybe a little bit too dark. Let's see if we do something like that. We could raise it all the way up through here. Make the light go all the way through. No. Maybe. Maybe if we like tilted it, maybe it would work. Like how I want it to go. Aha! All right, something like that. But of course, we want to dig it into the pumpkin because we don't really want to see the light. So something like that. It's a little bit bright, but I mean that's kind of the point. We have to see the pumpkin. So there we go. Bright lighting. The pumpkins are randomly lit up. They're not really jack-o'-lanterns, but hey, you know what? We can still see them, and that's what matters. And we're adding a little bit of light around the grounds here, especially in the front, because of course, again, our guests need to see what's going on in the park. Otherwise, they're going to be super lost and super confused about what the heck is going on in this park. But there we go. We solved their issues. And, well, we didn't actually start on any new projects here. We kind of just added that there to the pre-existing forest. I do want to get started on a different project pretty soon, though. Like, maybe on my own time, I'll just continue extending our downtown area and finishing it up. Obviously, I want to keep it going over here, but I want to finish it up somewhere around here where we have some kind of, maybe we can go for a mine. Oh, if only there was a mine coaster, you guys, or a mine ride. Is there such a thing? I'm going to say no. For now, I'm going to say that there isn't. Gears of Fear? Nah, not really. But maybe we can build something like it, and we can put it like maybe around here and have it like being the exit from the whole Wild West area and into something new. Like the mine was dug through, and then you have like this whole area where the witch lives, something like that. Of course, I want to make it kind of short because if it's way too tall, then it's going to be kind of masking that, and I don't want that to happen. So, I mean, we're going to be able to see how that works out later on. I don't want it too close to the teacup red either because, of course, we need to make sure that people see that guy, because if we don't, then we're going to really get the whole effect of the spookiness of it all, because look at that. That's just, it stands out at night. You can definitely see that, and that's exactly what I want there, just for that. So I kind of like the way that goes, and I want to leave that beautiful shining star in our park just as it is. So for now, that seems to be it. Yes, I will continue my work here on the downtown area. We'll work on this building later on because, of course, it is part of the downtown area, and I want it to look kind of spooky, but maybe not so much because it's just a train station. I mean, how creepy could a train station be unless it's like super abandoned and covered in like dead bodies or something? I don't know. But I guess we'll see in the next episode, because that is it for this episode of Planet Coaster Fright Nights at Nightfall. If you enjoyed, hit that like button to show your support, and do subscribe if you already haven't. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome night.